The US Treasury Department's decision not to extend an exemption permitting Moscow to pay foreign debt to American investors in the US dollars raised global financial risks. Investors fear that Russia may announce retaliatory measures. They believe that the Kremlin may demand ruble payments not only for natural gas purchases, but also for oil deliveries. This, in turn, will cause chaos and lead to oil supply disruptions. Against this background, oil extended gains, finally breaking above a more than 3-month peak. However, Russia has not yet responded to the news, thus oil's rally is due solely to expectations. If they are not met, prices will most likely return to the area of $110 per barrel. Now let's take a closer look at the trading chart. Brent crude oil futures have been standing still since the beginning of the week. Trading activity is subdued and the quote is moving in a tight range. This fluctuation may indicate the accumulation process, which may lead to subsequent local acceleration. At the same time, the benchmark is still in a 9-week sideways range, limited by the levels of $100 and $115 per barrel. Thus, when the current stagnation comes to an end, the quote will continue to move within the boundaries of this channel. Oddly enough, the decision of the US Treasury Department also affected gold. Indeed, if the global market risks facing energy shortages, it's necessary to create additional reserves in advance. It's about strategic resources without which the economy cannot function. Under such conditions, various safe haven assets tend to lose their value. At the same time, the market seized an opportunity to make a local rebound, which was clearly needed. After all, the yellow metal has been rising for more than a week now. Thus, the resistance level of $1,870 is still putting pressure on buyers, which has already led to a decrease in the volume of long positions. As long as the quote is trading below the $1,870 mark on the 4-hour chart, the risk of a trend change remains. The Russian currency has shown no reaction to the news from the US Treasury Department and continued moving around 55 rubles per dollar. Moreover, this decision creates additional preconditions for further gains in the ruble. Yesterday, the currency was trading just above 53 rubles per dollar in the interbank market. Now the ruble is at its highest level in 4 years. If the situation does not change dramatically, the ruble will be able to reach the high of 2015 by the end of this week. However, this does not bode well for the economy. The Bank of Russia has already announced an emergency board meeting on the monetary policy issues, which will be held tomorrow. Market participants believe that the regulator will most likely cut its key rate again to 12%, and this step will probably help the ruble weaken and leave overbought territory. And that's all for now. We continue to learn developments on financial markets. Subscribe to our channel and follow news with us. See you on our channel.